specific challenges that you might be facing?
Well, I'm finding it challenging to consume the amount of protein, which is at the moment about 100 grams. I'm finding that quite challenging, even though I know that's less than what it will be soon.
Okay, what part are you finding challenging exactly? Is the protein intake, yes?
Yeah.
And do you have any idea of where you currently stand?
Well, I am just about scraping through to 100 grams. But I know that if I have to have more than 100, and that is about, I'm having 30 grams of, isolate of that 100 grams, and the rest is through largely eggs and meat. So I find that challenging. So I know that if I have to have more than 100, then it's going to get tricky.
And how many meals are you having?
I'm having 3 full meals.
So 3 full meals is breakfast, lunch
and dinner. Yeah. And then I'll have some fruit, but that's it.
What about your overall calories? How many are you having?
I am averaging on overall calories like about 1700, 1750.
And your burned calorie rate?
I haven't measured the burn calorie. Like, the exercise calories.
The link, the TDEE link.
Yeah. Oh, the maintenance calories it gave me was 2200, but I'm only getting to about 1700, 1800.
Acha, sahi. Chalo, let's go over this one by one.
So I'm in a deficit of 400 from that.
Okay. Imran, do you want to share anything that you are experiencing right now?
First of all, I'm just switching toward the healthy eating. I used to eat a lot of junk food, so I stopped eating. So this is one progress that I believe after enrolled in this program. And I can see a lot of change in my body in terms of my shape, and I feel better. However, because from next week, I really need to increase my mileage. तो उसमें मैं सिर्फ ये चैलेंज कर रहा हूँ कि what should I really eat so I won't feel like fatigue during my runs. And I'm just taking 3 meals like eggs, 4 eggs white in the morning, cup of 3 dates, cup of tea with 2 eatable biscuits. And before like I join the gym, I'll take like black coffee. I put like honey in that and a butter, just to lift heavy.
This is interesting because usually the discussions that we are having with people are how they can reduce the calories that they're consuming and that they're not able to cut meals out. So it's interesting because the two of you are sharing struggles that you're having, and you're sharing the right things, which most people don't really recognize, or the struggles that you're facing of how to hit your macro levels and overall calorie levels. This is actually a good way for us to kind of break this down for you guys. Zara's also here.
I just want to add one thing that, I started lifting heavy, like, my front squat was 100 kg on chest press. I'm doing 60 kg, so like 30 kg dumbbells. So mujhe wo fatigue to nahi, I might like take a rest in between, but overall I believe I'm feeling way much better than I was before. So I really need to have like those diets. So, because end of the day, I really need to run a marathon. So I cannot cut down on my calories. I really go for some healthy food. I don't want to have like more calories, but I don't want to cut down on calories, because if I'm going to cut down on my calories, I cannot run.
Absolutely. Understood. Understood. And that is the right way to think as well. So first of all, good for you to have that mindset. For those that are just joining in, so Yusuf, Zara, Afaz, we were just asking Maruf and Imran on the specific kind of challenges that they're facing right now, or things that they specifically need advice on. Of course, we will go into the meal that we have planned for you for next week. But I'm just gonna open the floor to Yusuf, Afaz, or Zara to also share if they're facing any specific challenges till now that they would like to be addressed.
Hmm.
Yusuf, we
So
just
right
heard.
now, sorry, sir. I, so right now I'm having my breakfast, 12 egg whites and 2 full eggs. अच्छा सर प्रॉब्लम ये आ रहा है कि although I've been trying to maintain my calories, but I've gained a kg this week from last week because I'm not able to maintain the calorie. I guess I don't know. मुझे लग रहा है कि मैं calorie deficit में जा रहा हूँ and I'm working out harder. I'm lifting heavier and but still something is going wrong जिसकी वजह से कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है. वेट कम होने की बजाय आई हैव गेन्ड अ केजी फ्रॉम लास्ट वीक और कोई रूटीन सेट नहीं हो पा रहा है, स्पेशली इन माय लंच. नाउ पहले लास्ट चैलेंज जो हो रहा था उसके अंदर मैंने दोपहर के खाने में आई यूज्ड टू हैव ऑल द कार्ब्स, द मोस्ट ऑफ द कार्ब्स आई यूज्ड टू हैव इन माय लंच, और वहां पे ले रहा था. और रात को आई वाज गोइंग इन डेफिसिट. आई वाज हैविंग लाइक 300-400 calories. Only most of them was protein and fiber. तो उसके बाद मुझे इंजरीज फेस हो रही थी. So what I decided to do was कि मैं दोपहर को थोड़ा कट डाउन करके I can go for the carbs at night after workout को मुझे रिकवरी के अंदर हेल्प करेगा. But it's not helping me out with the weight loss and I don't know what to do now.
All right. Thank you for sharing this. I'm gonna move on to Zara and Afaz, and then we'll recap these things. Zara, Afaz, if you have anything you want to add.
My TDEE is like 1400 something calories, and बहुत कम होता है, I think. Trying to, I mean, I generally, I think my problem is I eat with the family and at lunch, and my Nazia is familiar with this, and so I eat whatever's cooked in the house. I can't keep making separate for myself. I do breakfast and dinner fine, but lunch may I think there's more oil and stuff. So trying to keep it there. And it's not a problem as such.
But I'm not understanding what the issue here is, if there is one. Is there one?
No, there isn't an issue. I just have to somehow log these calories. It's hard to log them, that's all.
Fair enough. Afaz, anything you, Radia, are facing? I'm assuming you and Radia speak at home. No, I guess not. Okay, so I'm gonna recap for everyone. Maruf started the good to go. Okay, epic. Maruf started, we started with Maruf, where Maruf shared that he is struggling to hit his protein intake that is recommended. And this is a very common problem for most of us. Based on the discussions that at least my group was having, we were calculating that everyone needs to hit around about 120 to 150 grams of protein every day. But Maruf shared that he's struggling to hit more than 100 grams a day, out of which 30 grams are coming from the whey protein scoop that he takes, which means that only 70 to 80 grams are they're being consumed through natural or home cooked meals. Imran shared the fact that his goals are not to lose a lot of calories, sorry, not to lose weight. His goal is to consume quality calories that can help him perform better for longer runs and his marathon training. Yusuf has shared that he's potentially hit a plateau with what he's been doing that has kind of worked till now in terms of his diet and in terms of his routine. And now he might be feeling fatigued or going in reverse to what his actual goals are. Zara hasn't specified anything that is causing a problem. But Zara has mentioned that she too struggles to kind of hit, let's say, potentially the protein levels or the clean eating, because we do live in family systems, etc., etc. So what we're about to kind of share with you, which is going to be a general breakfast, lunch, dinner plan for reference, will give you guys a good idea of the amount of protein, carbs, calories that if you guys try to eat on similar levels or similar ways, can achieve without going through the hassle of I need to log this much, I need to do this, etc., etc. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen right now. Which this isn't allowing me to do because it's Kiran's laptop.
It's the same sheet, right? The one I sent.
I don't know what sheet it is.
Yeah.
It's the transformation sheet, not the one you sent second, the first one. Oh, yeah.
This one?
Yeah. All right. Can everybody see my screen? If I can get a thumbs up, please. Epic.
Yep.
So guys, we'll go into details, but we'll just share this plan. I know that last week we shared a template with you, but it didn't have specific ingredients. It didn't have specific dishes. We just had like on a guys, do you mind? There's no specific kind of meals that we mentioned last time, so we're going to go into specific meals with the calories and the grammage, etc., etc. So Nazia here has prepared this meal plan for week 2. These are just suggestions. Of course, you can plug and play them how you want. But let's say that Nazia is someone that is, number one, her goal is to hit a total number of calories between 1800 to 2000 calories. Okay? Let's say that is the number of total calories that she wants to hit in a day. Okay? So she can have something like this breakfast. One breakfast suggestion is that she makes an omelette. In the omelette, she's added 1 full egg, 2 egg whites with some tomato and onion. She's made this egg in desi ghee or butter. Okay? She's had this bread, she's had this omelette with a slice of bread. This bread doesn't have any kind of additives to it, no butter, no nothing. If you want to add butter to it, you can. But a simple slice of bread, which is 50 grams, will give you around about 128 calories. She has a cup of tea or black coffee. And then she has two fruit of choices. I'm guessing this is like, let's say, a banana or maybe like an apple with it, right? So you're looking at another 200, 300 calories of fixed fruit. The total number of calories which you've kind of consumed is 600. ठीक है? अच्छा, अब इसी पे आते हैं और बात करते हैं someone like, let's say, Maruf or someone, ये देखो, this is something that can work for someone like Zara, जिसका total TDEE इस वक्त है कि जी हम 1600 से 1800 से ज्यादा कैलोरी एनर्जी नहीं बर्न हो रही ज़ारा की, और ज़ारा का गोल है मेंटेन करना. But the same thing, let's say Maruf. Maruf ki TDE is around about 2000 and Maruf
1400.
1400 से तो थोड़ा ज्यादा ही खाओ ना.
सही बोल रहा है, हाँ सही बोल रहा है।
1400 तो ज्यादा ही खाओ.
फिर
1400
डेफिसिट कहाँ से आएगा? That's my problem. I never get a deficit.
डेफिसिट आएगा. डेफिसिट का बताता हूँ कहाँ से आएगा, फिक्र नहीं करो. Same thing, like let's say this is not Zara and we're talking about Hashir, right? Hashir is someone that wants to consume more protein because he wants to gain a little bit more lean muscle, right? So instead of Hashir having the 1 egg full and 2 egg whites, Hashir can have 1 egg full and 3 egg whites. Instead of having 1 slice of bread, he can have 2. Just by adding these two things, this same breakfast will go from 600 calories to around about 850 calories to 900. Okay? And that will also increase his total number of protein intake. 4 egg whites will give you around about what? 30, 40 grams of protein. Right? Each one full egg is around about 9 to 10 grams. Okay? If you go with that number, then straight away you've hit around about 40 grams of protein in your breakfast. Okay? Guys, you're welcome to drop any questions you have along the way in the comment section. Okay? The next we move on to lunch. ठीक है, अब लंच में नाजिया ने सजेस्ट किया है कि आप 2 चपली कबाब खाओ चिकन के या बीफ के. अगर आप चिकन के खाओगे तो you're looking at, अब मुझे नहीं पता कि ये चपली कबाब जो है इनमें exactly क्या बना है, but I'm assuming आपका minced meat जाएगा, कुछ टमाटर जाएंगे, प्याज जाएंगे, कुछ मसाले जाएंगे, यही चीजें जाएंगी ना चपली कबाब में. और बीफ का होगा तो आपका मेन जो मीट है वो चेंज हो गया है, बट आपकी जो इंग्रेडिएंट्स उसके अलावा हैं वो तो सिमिलर ही रहेंगे. So you're looking at around about what? 2 chapli kebabs will give you around about 30 to 40 grams. Yeah,
It's around 6 to 7 grams per full egg. And one egg white has 3 to 4 grams.
Yeah.
ये अमरीकी अंडे हैं, जो हमारे अंडे हैं वो इससे थोड़े छोटे होंगे. So probably 6 and 3 रखो आप.
I stand corrected. मेरा अंडा थोड़ा बड़ा खाता हूँ मैं तो.
हाँ सही. ओमेगा 3 वाले.
हाँ ओमेगा 3 वाले.
मेरे अंडे थोड़े बड़े हैं. चपली कबाब, 2 चपली कबाब अगर आप बीफ के खाओ या चिकन के खाओ, what is that? On an average 142 grams. You're looking at what? 30 grams of protein?
35.
35 grams of protein.
Yeah.
You're looking at 35 grams of protein. Now, इसमें हमने दाल और राइस का लिखा है. अगर second row पे आप ये वाला देखो तो. This is 2 options. One is someone that's going for a, let's say, slightly higher carb meal. And the second one is someone that's trying to lose fat and doesn't want to go for a high carb option. So they are having the cup of dal. So you can have rice or you can have dal. The person having rice obviously is having more carbohydrates. The person having a cup of dal is probably having more overall protein in that meal, along with fiber, because dal will have fiber and carbs, obviously. But the same person who is having dal and 2 chapli kebabs will probably be having around 40-45 grams of protein in that meal. Whereas the person that is having the 2 chapli kebabs with the rice is probably having around 30 to 35 grams of protein. So overall, the person with dal actually consumes higher protein intake and is probably getting the same amount of energy levels, if I'm not lying. To be honest, dal is a great source of energy.
And we'll feel full for it.
You'll feel fuller longer than rice as well. If you have white rice as opposed to, let's say, mash dal, ya lobia, ya like these things, you're probably going to be fuller longer.
Also, they can choose a chicken with dal also. If someone wants to cut the calories, beef में fat की quantity ज़्यादा होती है.
आपका चपली कबाब फॉर एग्जांपल जो है आप चिकन वाला खाओगे तो obviously calories are overall going to be lower. Right. So now assuming that the first person that had the breakfast over there versus Maruf, we're using Maruf as an example. Maruf chose dal, the 2 chapli kebabs, he skipped the rice, and he had his lunch that way. Maruf now has consumed already around about 80 grams of carbohydrates. He's already hit 80 grams as opposed to the person that chose to have rice and the person that chose to have 1 egg and 2 egg whites in breakfast. That person is right now still at 60 grams of protein. The carbohydrates for the person with the rice is also going to be higher. So someone like Imran Niazi maybe benefits with the bowl of rice because it'll be higher energy instant versus someone like Maruf who is not going to be training for a marathon. These are just examples, okay? So let's assume that you've done what we've just shared and you are now, you've hit around about 600 calories in your breakfast, you've hit around about 600, 650 calories or more, maybe more if you've had, what? You've had the rice and the dal?
If you want to increase the calories, yes.
If
fine.
you were someone like
Or,
Imran,
or what you can do is, you can do half things, 0.5 cup of the rice and 0.5 cup of the dal. If you
Yeah.
want both add in your cal, you can
Yeah.
just add it.
so if someone like Imran Niazi who said that he's actually trying to kind of get more calories in so that he can train better, maybe he has the rice and the dal, so he's overall better fueled. Whereas someone like Yusuf, he shouldn't have the rice and the dal. He should probably just go for the dal and the chapli kebab. Example.
Add one thing.
Yeah,
Beef recommended allowance is around between 400 to 500 grams per week. So don't have beef chapli kebab every day.
oh yeah, for sure, not have them every day. There is another thing as well, which is mentioned right below the dal thing, which is the cup of bhindi. Right, the cup of bhindi, which is also mentioned over there. Why is the cup of bhindi there? Bhindi won't give you any protein. So if you're gonna have something like bhindi or sabzi, you have to remember that this is just a substitute for your carbohydrates like rice, roti, bread, aloo, these kind of things. Starches. The bhindi is great to fuel or to feed you with lower calories. So a full cup of bhindi cooked, let's assume that it's steamed. That'd be disgusting though, but let's assume. It's not going to be 200 calories, by the way. It's going to be a lot lesser. It's probably going to be 100, but it's not, it's going to fill you up. It's just not going to taste very nice, but it's just going to fill you up. The only reason we're sharing this is because a steamed cup or pan fried cup of vegetables can be a great substitute for the cup of rice or roti if you're going for a low carb option. We're gonna move on to the dinner. Nazia is suggesting chicken tikka boti cooked. So the way this is cooked is how?
They can use like जैसे वो बनाते हैं वैसे ही बनाएं.
कैसे
देसी घी में बनाते
देसी
हैं.
घी में बनाया,
बटर में बना सकते हैं.
बटर में बनाया, ऑलिव ऑयल में बना दिया.
कुकिंग स्प्रे यूज कर लेंगे तो फिर और कैलोरीज कम हो जाएंगी. ठीक है, क्योंकि फैट का कंटेंट कम हो जाएगा बिकॉज 0 कैलोरीज होती है कुकिंग स्प्रे में.
ठीक है, तो बेसिकली कहने का मकसद ये है कि आपको चिकन टिक्का बोटी जरूरी नहीं है कि आप ग्रिल्ड खाओ या बेक्ड खाओ. आप चिकन टिक्का बोटी के पीसेस जो हैं आप सालन फॉर्म में भी बनवा सकते हो. कहने का मकसद ये है, बस बनवाने का तरीका ऐसा होना चाहिए कि आधी बोतल ऑयल की ना डालो, मतलब उसको सोच समझ के घी यूज करो या सोच समझ के पैन फ्राई करो. Right?
Because I gave them tomato and onion salad also, so they can उससे सालन भी बना सकते हैं.
Right. So the tomato and onion salad option can potentially turn into the salan thing as well, right? She's also been generous. She's added raita, right? So there's raita there, and there's the cup of roti or rice. Now, how much protein are we looking for in this kind of meal? I think again, you're looking at around about 30 to 40 grams of protein, depending on your serving size. अगर मैं 2 चिकन बोटी के पीस से पेट भर रहा हूँ, तो जाहिर सी बात है यार, आपको 10 ग्राम प्रोटीन मिलेगी. वही अगर मैं एक, for example, handful of protein ले रहा हूँ, which is around about 200 grams, right? My palm size will be around about 150 grams. So that's that.
टेक्निकली एक जगह मैं पढ़ रही थी कि ठीक है, सबके साइजेस हाथ के डिफरेंट होते हैं. सो जो प्रोटीन होता है ना, जितना आपके प्लेट में होना चाहिए, शुड बी अ मोबाइल साइज.
Yeah.
आपका मोबाइल है, इस साइज का प्रोटीन.
हाँ, मोबाइल भी लेकिन डिफरेंट
सबके पास आईफोन है आजकल.
तो मोबाइल से अपने हाथ के साइज से आप देखो यार, हाथ के साइज से भी बहुत, it's like very weird. We don't want to do that.
But half the size works for that particular person. right?
It
Because
works
they
for that
take
person.
a gram,
And again,
take
this
down.
is these are just things that we are giving as suggestions. No one's going to ask you to pick up your boti pieces in your hand and say, "Ye mera protein hoga dinner mein," right? So don't fucking do that. But you know, the amount that you put into your plate, you'll get a good idea of what that looks like. So if you have that kind of dinner, you're looking at another 30 to 40 grams of protein. Now let's calculate the overall thing, right? Let's assume that you have these 3 meals like we've suggested. You have hit around about 80 to 90 grams of protein. You have probably hit how many grams of carbs if we have all of this with the rice and the roti and the bread?
इसमें
Pura,
पूरे का पूरा.
पूरे
पूरा तो
दिन
मुझे
का.
देखना पड़ेगा.
कितना estimate?
It should be
250-300.
हाँ.
200-250 ग्राम से ज्यादा आपका carbs नहीं
मेरा
है.
तो हिट होगा.
200-250 ग्राम से ज्यादा ग्राम्स ऑफ प्रोटीन नहीं, कार्ब्स नहीं है ये पूरा, अगर सब चीजें भी खाओ तो. ठीक है, तो लेट्स अज्यूम कि आपने ये इसी तरह खाया, आपका 80-90 ग्राम आपने प्रोटीन खा लिया है, 200-250 ग्राम कार्ब्स खा लिया, राइट? अब आप कहो कि यार मैंने तो 120 ग्राम प्रोटीन खाना था, मेरा नहीं टारगेट फिल हो रहा. Okay, that's why we initially gave you the template with the snack option. Add snacks like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, a protein shake, a handful of nuts. Add these options in your snack between lunch and dinner, or between, if you have a late lunch, then breakfast and lunch should have a snack in between. And you will hit 120 grams of carbs, protein. And that's what we are potentially convincing everyone to do mostly, which is to hit higher levels of protein consciously. And now comes the question, someone like Yusuf who's saying, I'm gaining weight, I'm not losing weight. Why am I doing this? He's probably doing this because he's probably, like I said in the beginning, not him, but people like that need to look at this kind of template and say, I'm going to constantly substitute the carbohydrate options that I usually have with vegetables or stuff like dal or stuff like lentils that I can cook in, boil them. And that way I'm still hitting my protein and fiber numbers, but I'm also getting fuller. So that's that, guys. We are going to share this template or these choices that we've made, but we'll also add the grammage of protein and carbs next to them so that you have better idea and clarity to it. Give us by day end or Monday. Okay.
Day end.
Chill out, bro.
Also, I
order day end.
Maruf,
also I want to add one
Yes.
thing.
Yeah, sure.
आवाज तो जा रही है ना मेरी, कैमरे में तो है मेरा. Also, I want to add one thing that most of us have a desk job. So I don't think so that you guys need to worry about that. कि एक ग्राम ही हमें प्रोटीन लेना है, ठीक है? You can, or because आप लोग की अगर आदत नहीं है अभी खाने की, तो this might will give you bloating in the start. So अगर आपका जो आपका टारगेट है, अगर उसके अराउंड अगर आपका हिट हो रहा है, लेट्स सपोज अगर किसी को 100 ग्राम टारगेट दिया है फॉर दिस वीक, और you are hitting 80, 85 or 90, that should be okay for you right now. So you don't have to feel that के oh shit मेरा, because ये नहीं होता कि हमारा भी, इवन मैं भी करती हूँ, तो जरूरी नहीं है कि आपका मेरा 150 ग्राम दिन का, तो मैं हर रोज 150 ग्राम करती हूँ। आपको वीकली एवरेज देखना होता है कि आप वीकली कितना एवरेज आप हिट कर रहे हैं। और अकॉर्डिंग टू द एक्टिविटी लेवल यू गाइस आर हैव मोस्ट सिटिंग जॉब, तो मेरे लिहाज से जो है ना, आप लोगों को इंस्टेड ऑफ द 1 ग्राम यू गाइस थिंक अबाउट द 0.8 ग्राम पर एलबी। ठीक है, सो उससे क्या होगा वीकली, और व्हाट यू कैन डू इज आप वीकली बेसिस पे जो आप इंक्रीज कर सकते हैं, उससे फिर आपको डाइजेशन आपकी इंप्रूव होगी और आपको ब्लोटिंग फील नहीं होगी। अदरवाइज फॉरन से अगर आप लोग अभी इंक्रीज करना शुरू कर देंगे, तो फिर आपको फिर ये कंप्लेन आना शुरू होगी बाय द एंड ऑफ द वीक कि यार मुझे तो इतनी ब्लोटिंग हो रही है, या फिर किसी बिकॉज स्टमक इश्यूज शुरू हो जाते हैं किसी किसी को। सो यू डोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट दैट।
Okay,
Sorry.
yeah,
मारूफ, आप जो दाल का पूछ रहे हो ऑन माय फिटनेस पैल, कीप इन माइंड अ लॉट ऑफ जो उनके न्यूट्रिशन फैक्ट्स होते हैं वो अनकुक्ड वेट के लिए भी होते हैं, स्पेशली दाल के लिए। तो यू मेक 350 grams, sorry, 350 calories or 500 calories even for different dals, those are usually uncooked. अगर आप स्टैंडर्ड जो होता है, जनरली 1 cup of dal is around 15 to 18 grams of protein and around 180 to 200 calories. That's one thing. दूसरा, एक wheat का आपने कुछ पूछा था, रोटी का. So both roti and rice, the carb content and the calorie count is about the same, whether it's whether using चक्की का आटा या मतलब brown rice या white rice. The difference थोड़ा fiber के अंदर होता है और taste में होता है obviously. So nutritional value जरा ज्यादा होगी चक्की के आटे की और आपके ब्राउन राइस की, लेकिन I mean, for example, I have चक्की का आटा रोटी में, but rice I generally just have white rice. So इतना ज्यादा फर्क आपके उस पे एनर्जी लेवल्स पे और उस पे नहीं फर्क पड़ेगा.
And also, if you are logging in MyFitnessPal, if you are eating a cook, just log cooked. You don't have to find कि आप ये नहीं लिखें सिर्फ कि दाल लिख ली तो वो कुक भी आ जाता है और अनकुक भी आ जाता है। हाँ, सिर्फ दाल कुक लिख लोगे तो वो फिर सिर्फ कुक की आपको कैलोरीज मिलेंगी। That's it.
Okay.
Non-meat options में you can go with Greek yogurt. और Greek yogurt घर पे बनाना ज्यादा मुश्किल नहीं है, just strain it and it's much cheaper than जो है आप अगर बाजार से खरीदते हो. Other thing that you can use is low fat cottage cheese. उसकी स्मूदी बना लो and obviously
Okay. Great.
uh,
Thanks.
guys, some really good questions here. What are non-meat options? Harsha just answered. Afaz has one. Should I adjust my calories intake according to my daily calorie burn? Can we record some of this? Should I adjust my calories intake according to my daily calorie burn?
I would not suggest so.
Yeah.
Revisit this after 3-4 weeks actually.
Your maintenance changes.
Yeah, और उसमें देखो आप, लेकिन generally आप जो आप TDE और वो डेली जो आप डालते हो उसके अंदर आपकी एक्टिविटी लेवल थोड़ा काउंटेड फॉर होता है.
Yeah,
I won't suggest it.
And
yeah.
also when you in the first week you found your maintenance calories, तो उसको इतना change करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती in the start, because just a start. So you should stick to maintenance calories at least 2 to 3 weeks, so you can see where your body is going. Is it increasing or decreasing? What your body looks like. So you have to think like that way. कि आप ये नहीं होता कि आप fat loss में आप हर week calories को change कर रहे हैं. Or I think, or for the beginners, it's very difficult to do these things called cycling thing. कि एक दिन मैं ज्यादा खा लूं और एक दिन कम खा लूं, उसमें हमेशा हम ज्यादा ही खा रहे होते हैं, हमको फिर अंदाजा नहीं हो पा रहा होता है.
Does that make sense, Afaz?
Yeah, I gain 20K. I want to eat everything in site at the moment.
Yeah, he ran 20K, he wants to eat everything at site in,
Oh,
so,
उसको जवाब मिल गया
yeah,
जवाब।
so, but like, for example, like on days like that, wouldn't it be a bit beneficial for him to kind of fuel a bit extra?
Efaz, what are you doing after your run? You're supposed to have a carb plus protein within 30 minutes to an hour, a heavy carb and 30 grams of protein. And you're supposed to have carbs for up to around 6 hours every 2 hours. So about at least एक केला खाते रहो आप जो है every 2 hours. शुरू में actually need some whey protein as well post run, especially अगर 20K है. So Zara, आपका जो question है उसमें someone like Efaz, if he's running that much, he needs to have a higher carb intake.
For sure,
Protein के अलावा.
for sure. I had 3 gels during and then my normal breakfast.
अच्छा नहीं फिर तुम्हें कुछ खाने की जरूरत है.
Gel पे ही जिंदा रहो.
Zara का सवाल है
एक मिनट, Zara, we know how to calculate required protein to consume per day. The remaining calories should just be divided between carbs and fats. Is that there? Yeah,
technically
that's the
yes,
macros.
but that depends on person to person. If person likes to eat more carbs, तो फिर वो उस हिसाब से carbs को higher कर लेते हैं. But generally मैंने अपने ग्रुप में तो बताया था कि प्रोटीन जो भी आपकी कैलोरीज निकल रही हैं तो उस कैलोरीज का आप 40% जो है वो प्रोटीन के लिए सेट कर दें और 30 जो है वो कार्ब्स और फैट के लिए सेट कर दें. So you don't have to feel hassle कि इतनी कैलोरीज होनी चाहिए कार्ब्स या इतनी फैट की कैलोरीज होनी चाहिए. Just set 40% for the protein and 30 for both. Is a general. It's for the general people. The equation.
What about wheat roti?
It's already already given in the sheet. रोटी मारूफ किसका जवाब?
नहीं,
यूसुफ मैंने ऑलरेडी जो है वो डिनर में रोटी को ऐड किया हुआ है. सो तुम अब उस मील प्लान को यूज कर सकते हो और उसके अकॉर्डिंग अपनी अगर दोपहर में जैसे दाल और वो नहीं खाना है चावल तो तुम रोटी को रिप्लेस कर सकते हो उसके साथ. सो अब इंग्रेडिएंट्स एंड डिशेस तुम ऑलरेडी प्रोवाइड कर दी गई हैं तो यू कैन प्ले विद इट.
Actually, I am facing, sorry sir, actually I am facing problem with body recovery. Recovery मेरी बहुत slow हो रही है. Like जो भी workout करते हैं हम, जो भी करते हैं उसके बाद रात को अगर मैं proper नहीं खाना खा रहा हूँ तो मुझे मेरी body recover नहीं करती है. अगर मैं proper खाना खा रहा हूँ तो I am not able to lose weight accordingly. So now this is the problem I'm facing, I guess.
I think with him it's like
no, I think that day you told me this and मैंने आपको ये सजेशन दी थी कि what you are doing कि आप सुबह एक जो है most of your protein is just in the morning and there is no carbs and fats. ठीक है, फिर दोपहर में आप जो है थोड़ा अमाउंट खा लेते हैं carbs और fats और प्रोटीन का, फिर आप रात में जाके बड़ा अमाउंट खा लेते हैं रिमेनिंग कैलोरीज का. So मैंने आपको ये बोला था कि you shouldn't think like that because ये चीजें सब मैंने ये की हुई हैं और I feel कि जो most sustainable thing है कि आप अपनी कैलोरीज को 3 हिस्सों में इक्वली डिवाइड कर लें ताकि वो पूरा दिन आपको रिकवरी भी मिले और आपके जो है खाना आपके सेल्स में जो है वो स्टोर भी होता रहे. तो मेरे
sorry, I'm having like around 210-215 grams of protein every day. उसको डिवाइड कर रहा हूँ, like I'm having 50-60 grams of protein, 50 grams of protein in my breakfast, then I have something in my lunch and then evening में 50 grams ले रहा हूँ और फिर रात को अलग ले रहा हूँ. तो ये सब मिला के I'm having like around 200
कैलोरीज अपने लिहाज से इंसान सेट करता है. बट मोस्ट ऑफ मुझे जो आज तक जितनी एक्सपीरियंस मेरा रहा है मुझे सस्टेनेबल चीज यही लगी कि आप 3 हिस्सों में अपने मील्स को इक्वल डिवाइड करें कि आपके नाश्ते में भी कार्ब्स होना चाहिए, आपके उसमें फैट्स भी होने चाहिए नाश्ते में, आपके प्रोटीन भी होना चाहिए.
Yusuf, are you having protein shakes?
Yes.
Do you eat before your workout?
No. I have a banana or a date before my workout or post workout I have protein shake 2 scoops में ले लेता हूँ every day. after my
I
workout.
think for recovery, one thing you should also stop doing is the runs that you do after every workout with Fatma. Maybe try to walk instead of the run for a bit. Let your body kind of get a little bit of break from that, because jogging is more strenuous than walking. So maybe swap the jog with the run, with the walk, and kind of let your body kind of feel a bit uplifted. And then if you are increasing your calories or you are eating according to what your coach Nadia is suggesting, see how you feel after a week.
And also one thing you guys need to understand that कि ये जो अभी cycle शुरू हुई है ना, you guys are starting this cycle with heavy weights. Maybe it's just a first week, but still it's heavy weight. So some of you guys may increase 1 kg. It's okay because inflammation and body adjust होगी, and you just started your diet and cycle is new also. So body is adjusting right now. So you don't have to think कि यार मेरा weight बढ़ गया. हो सकता है कि next week हो सकता है कि तुम्हारा 1 के बजाय 2 kg गिर जाए, तो मैं क्योंकि इन्फ्लेमेशन कम होना शुरू हो जाती है. So keep in mind that के body will take time to adjust for at least 2 to 3 weeks in new cycle also.
Okay, last question, guys. What are recommended deficit numbers to hit below TDE? What does that mean?
Technically you don't think about that right now. जब जैसे जैसे weeks गुजरते जाएंगे, आप like जब ये meeting जो है इसमें हम खुद ही बताते जाएंगे कि आपको कितना decrease करना है. Right now I don't think you guys need to think about the deficit, because most of you guys is struggling with the maintenance calories right now. ठीक है? You guys need to hit the maintenance calories so you can see where you are standing. Right now कुछ कभी-कभी क्या होता है कि हमारी maintenance calories भी हमारे लिए वो deficit होती हैं, because we don't know how body works. तो maintenance calories से शुरू करते हैं, उसके बाद हमें, और ये नहीं होता कि हर हफ्ते हम change करते हैं. We need to see like many factors, recovery, sleep, and आपकी workout कैसा feel हो रहा है. So ये सब चीजें डिसाइड कर देखते हुए फिर डिसाइड करते हैं कि हमें डेफिसिट पे जाना भी है या नहीं जाना. So you don't have to think for the deficit right now, I guess. We should all think about the maintenance right now.
Right. Good. So guys, thank you for tuning in. I'm glad that you guys shared these questions. We can talk more obviously in person with your accountability coach. You can talk to them more about these questions. Faz, go ahead and have a cookie or something, bro. I feel like you might faint. Have it on me. It's okay. Yeah, Yusuf, maybe start having omelets instead of those fucking boiled eggs, bro. Like spare some. Sometimes remember, sometimes your body stops to react to the food you've been feeding it for too long. You keep feeding it the same style of food. If I have a chicken breast grilled every day for 1 year, your body will adapt to it. It will understand it. It will stop responding to it. You have to mix things up. You have to surprise it from here now and then. So if you're having 6 boiled eggs every time and it worked for you last time, maybe your body is done with it. It's not responding to it. It's bored. It's fucking done. It needs excitement. Give it some excitement. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Fucking ostrich egg, bro. How
खुश हो
did
गया
you-
भाई.
नहीं, बस अब
All right, Imran, we're gonna have to cut off now, mate. I'm gonna talk to you about this question. I don't know sickness due to fasting. I don't fast, so I don't know.
How to deal with rumination? Is it sickness or due to fast eating? What is rumination?
What is rumination?
Sorry, क्या question?
How to deal
How
with
to deal with
rumination?
rumination? Is it sickness or due to fast eating? What is rumination?
Rumination.
I think it's becoming delirious. Oh, sorry. Go on.
रूमिनेशन एक तो वो होती है जो आपके दिमाग में ख्यालात आ रहे होते हैं. आप उसकी बात कर रहे हैं जो गाय करती है.
The fuck's going on?
Rumination. That's it. Very sad, bro.
You feel sick during the workout?
So you're not digesting your food, yaar. वो जल्दी में जो खा नहीं लेते
हाँ.
Yeah, you gotta slow it down. You gotta,
वो क्या कहते हैं कि कितनी दफा चू करना होता है 20 दफा
yeah.
हाँ, फिर
And that actually,
Hey.
so,
ये मुझे बता रहा था अंडा ये पूरा मुंह में डाल के खाता है फिर इस तरह थोड़ी खा रहा
I have a lot of questions regarding fat, which I'll message separately.
यार तुम चुप कर जाओ.
हाँ have a
Ask
good
me
week,
questions.
guys. We're gonna share the template on the groups.